What's up, guys? As you may or may not know, over the past 3 or so months, I've been doing the smolov squat program. Um, I decided to do the first half of it in knee sleeves, and the second half I did in knee wraps because that's what I compete in, and I just wanted to make sure I was getting ready for what I'm actually going to be doing. Uh, let's see. That said, it went pretty well. Um, if you watch my videos, you could see there were some ups and downs, some workouts that went my way, and some that did not. Overall, this isn't my first time running it, so I've kind of explored the benefits of it already. It certainly is super tough and not really for beginners. The amount of volume and the intensity will certainly test your joints and everything, as it did mine. Came out of it injury free, and actually at the end I matched my personal best of 555. Unfortunately, the first time I did that, I didn't have it on video, so I have nothing to compare this one to. But this one went well. There was a short sticking point if you watch the video, but I managed to get through it without much of a issue. um, and yeah, I think the depth was acceptable. Um, so yeah, it's a solid program. Like most people say, it's a killer way to quickly gain weight on your squat, because it is. As long as you're doing everything as prescribed with eating and sleeping and stretching and mobility and rolling and everything, you shouldn't have a problem staying healthy during it. I didn't have a problem. I managed to get through the 13 weeks. Then that led me into just a small deload, which I did leading into my meet, which was a week ago, as of tomorrow. I probably finished the cycle too soon, because I ended up giving myself like 3 weeks off towards the end. I mean, I did work, like I said, I did a couple of deload sessions, nothing challenging at all, and that might have been the problem. I think I might have been a little rusty going into the meet, but there were several issues with the meet. It did not go as planned. My warm-ups felt great. I was actually trying to use the monolift the way it's designed instead of walking out the weight like I do at the gym. I tried using the monolift, and it was weird at first in the warm-up room. Everything felt a little shaky coming out, but I think I adapted, and my last two warm-ups moved beautifully. Those were 425 and 475 respectively, and there was no problem there. Got onto the platform. 525 was my opener. Had an issue with the rack height, because the rack height between the monolift on the platform and the one in the warm-up room, the numbers don't coincide. Like, an 18 on one is not an 18 on the other, and my rack height started out way too low on the platform, which caused me to not be able to get comfortable under the weight. Actually had to put the weight down and re-rack on my first attempt. Picked it back up, managed to, I smoked it pretty good. It was just about what I would expect from 525. Second attempt was 550. Thought I definitely had it in me, but actually on my 525, one of the judges questioned my depth, which, looking at the video, I think's there was no concern over that. There shouldn't have been no concern over that. I don't even know why she said anything, but it got into my head. So called for 550, and had one of my boys calling my depth for me. Took the weight, went lower than I've been training to do, and misgrooved it, got loose on the bottom, and failed. Outright failed, which sucked. I was not happy. So third attempt, retook the 550, went to the depth that I go to, if not a little bit higher, but got the weight up. It was a grind, but I got it up. Unfortunately, upon completion, I stepped back slightly with my left foot, ever so slightly. The judges picked it up, and I got red lit. So that was a no lift. Not happy at all with that. I was expecting big things on squats and completing smolov and having it go so well, and pretty easily hitting 555 in training. But sometimes things don't go your way. Then obviously we moved on to bench. Had some issues with the rack height here as well. My first attempt was 350, and for some reason, I guess that the guy that goes before me must have had even shorter arms than I do, which I find hard to believe because I have some short ass arms. But the rack height for the bench was super low. It was maybe 6 inches off my chest when I was in my arch. So clearly that was not working. I had to get up, tell them to pick up the rack. It took them a while to do it, but it got done, and got my position. Smoked 350, no problem. I actually have a video of the meet recap on my page if you guys want to check that out. Alright, so second attempt, I had been having serious traction issues the entire time. I don't know why they do the meet on carpet, but they do. And we were 220 and up is Sunday lifting, and obviously there was a whole meet on Saturday, deadlifting and all, getting baby powder on that carpet, and making it near impossible to get any kind of traction for leg drive. That said, I didn't have a problem with 350, nothing moved. So second attempt, I went to 365. I don't know why I didn't have them change the rack height, because it was low again, but I didn't. I just settled for it. Took the weight in my hands. My feet started sliding like it was a sheet of ice. That carpet was a sheet of ice. And I made 365. I locked it out pretty easily, but my feet were all over the place, and my right foot lost contact with the ground, and I'm pretty sure that's why they red lit me. I didn't ask the judge, but I can't see any other reason why they would have. There was a small sticking point where I was having leg drive problems, where the weight kind of stuck on me, but I pushed right through it, so I can't see that being an issue. Yeah, but I guess my feet lifted up, and they gave me a red light, two red lights or three, I can't remember. But anyway, the lift was no good. So, seeing as I pretty much smoked 365 but no leg drive, I was very confident that I could at least put 370 on the board. There was no reason why it shouldn't happen, especially since I saw another lifter use the platform that they had. They had a little platform they put down for I guess people with shorter legs. I have very short legs, so I should have been thinking about it in the beginning, but whatever. Third attempt, 370 with the platform, had them adjust the rack height correctly, and it was absolutely smoked. I totally had at least another 10 pounds, if not more. But like I said, I wanted to be conservative at that point and somewhat put together a total. Yeah, so 370 was totally smoked, and should have called for something more, but I didn't. Whatever. But at least I got it. You know, no problems. So moving on, deadlift, no problems at all. Having done 370 on bench and doing 525 on squat, my opener that I had already put in for was 500 on deadlift, since we all know I'm terrible at it. 500, which I didn't want to change. I just wanted to be conservative. Put me at a 1395 total. Smoked it, no problem. I got 1395. That said, I wanted at least 1400 because I was hoping for 1500, but since that was long gone, I wanted to make sure I got 1400. So I just called for 510, which was would have been a total PR of 100 pounds. Because my last meet out I got 1305. So called for 510, smoked it, gave me my 1405. I asked my wife what she thought I had in me, and she said, "Why don't you do 530? Be conservative, do 530, get a PR." And so I agreed with my wife. She was right. I've said that many times already in these 4 months that we've been married, that she's been right most of the time. So yeah, I put 530 on the bar. It was hard. She was right. Was there more on the plate? Yeah, I probably left a few pounds out there, but it was a good conservative number to get something that I was pretty happy with. So I went 3 for 3 on deadlift, smoking 530, and totaling 120 pound. Yeah, it was 120 pound total PR. It was actually a 60 pound PR on deadlift. It was a 25 pound PR, meat PR. These are all meat PRs. They're not personal PRs. 25 pound meat PR in squat, and a 35 pound meat PR on bench. I really feel like there's more on the table. It was definitely partially my fault for not adjusting to the circumstances that I was dealt, and probably giving myself a little too much time to relax prior to the meet. But overall, not the numbers I hoped for, but I'm pretty happy otherwise. I mean, after the squat, I kind of knew it was all in the tank anyway. So that said, I gave it my best shot, and it didn't quite work out the way I wanted, but I didn't bomb out. I finished the meet, got PRs and everything, got a PR total and everything. So 2 steps forward, 1 step back, I guess. But we'll move on from there and see what's next. Alright guys, thanks for watching.